You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
It is a second-degree felony to make a threat against a school.
Cracking down, we'll tell you how local law enforcement will handle social media threats this school year. It's part of our back-to-school team coverage this morning.
And Moat Marine has an interesting new way to help monitor red tide. It all has to do with your cell phone.
And a congressional election yesterday that could be a barometer for this fall's midterm elections. We'll have the latest on a race in Ohio that is still too close to call. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, early risers. 6 o'clock now. It is Wednesday, August the 8th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up and joining us this morning. In for John Scalzi this week is Josh Stone.
All right, thanks Stephanie and Ray. Temperatures right now pretty comfortable in the mid to upper 70s and no clouds to speak of in Sarasota, Bradenton, or Venice at this hour. As far as our radar goes, maybe a few light showers here in central and northern Florida, but other than that, everything looks very quiet here along the Suncoast at this time. But this afternoon, with the heating of the day, a little bit of sea breeze convergence, we'll get to do it all over again with those pop-up showers and storms. I don't think the coverage is going to be as widespread today, but we still could see a few localized storms that produce heavy rain, some gusty winds, and some cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. But for most of the day, at least the first half, and into the afternoon, we're calling for mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. Checking the roads right now. You'll see State Road 70, some issues there as you approach 301 in the eastbound lane. Also a little farther north there, you'll notice on Manatee Avenue West as you travel through Bradenton, downtown area, some issues there. Let's check farther south now on the maps. This is the northern half now of Sarasota County. Little blip there on 41 northbound as you approach Clark Road, otherwise pretty clear. And then our final map to the south will show 41 northbound as you go from Nokomis toward the 681 connector. Some congestion you'll face there at 601.
We have special team coverage this morning for our back-to-school week as we gear up for the start of the new year. Now, the theme this morning is school safety. In just a bit, we're going to have ABC 7's Jackie Kelly live in Sarasota County. She's going to have an update on the closing of School Avenue to keep the high school campus a little safer there.
But first, Marla Spence in Manatee County with a story about how law enforcement there is cracking down harder this school year on social media threats. Marla?
Good morning, guys. I'm live at the Manatee County School District. In my hand is the Code of Student Conduct. In it, it is made very clear that school officials and school county district officials will have zero tolerance when it comes to students making threats on campus. Now, school district officials tell us, fake or not, there will be serious consequences if a student threatens to use a weapon or destructive device like a bomb on any Manatee County school campus. Students who make threats on social media, in writing, or in person will be suspended for up to 10 days, and expulsion will also be considered, and that student will be reported to law enforcement for prosecution. Now, these consequences also apply to threats being made against school faculty and staff and students, and if threats are communicated through social media, writing, or verbally.
There's no such thing as a bad joke, and this is taken very seriously by the school district, by law enforcement, and there will be a severe consequence. The consequence comes to me. In other words, it gets addressed at the school level, it gets addressed with the executive director, then ultimately, once the case is presented, it comes to my office for purposes of the consequence, which is generally an expulsion.
Now, making a threat is a second-degree felony. Students who do make threats could face 15 years in prison and also a $10,000 fine. It is important to know that if students or parents hear about a threat or see a threat, to say something and report it to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Manatee County for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Right, thank you so much, Marla. Well, as school starts back up next week, so do those school zones. Police will be out in full force as a reminder to slow down during those school hours. Fines for speeding in a school zone and even passing a school bus can range from $150 all the way up to $450. Some other reminders: you must stop for all school buses when the side stop sign is on and the red lights are flashing, even if that bus is on the opposite side of the street. Now, if you'd like to get your GED this fall, registration is now open through August the 18th. There is a one-time $35 registration fee, but it can be waived for those who can afford it. Classes are on Tuesdays from 5 to 7 for language arts and Thursdays for math at the Glasser-Schoenbaum Human Services Center. Now, space is limited. All you have to do is pre-register. You can find more information online at mysuncoast.com.
For the latest on back-to-school issues and breaking news and the forecast, find our app at the App Store under WWSB or under My Suncoast.
And breaking news from overnight with that high-stakes election in the battleground state of Ohio. The results are too close to call at this hour in a special congressional election that's being called a key test for President Trump and the Republicans' fight to keep control on Capitol Hill.
It's really kind of shocking because this should be just a slam dunk, and it's not.
Now, what's interesting is that many ballots still haven't been counted yet. It's even possible a recount could come into play. And in New Mexico, a bizarre story this morning about a compound where 11 starving children and 3 women were rescued last week. New this morning, the body of a child was found there. Reporter Andrew Spencer has the latest on whether the remains are of a 3-year-old boy who went missing.
We did find remains of a young boy.
The sheriff of Taos County was emotional, explaining there was no way for deputies to do a legal search of the compound until last week.
I had no probable cause to get a search warrant to go onto this property prior to the day I wrote the first one. I wished, in hindsight, there was, but we would not have been there lawfully.
The FBI had conducted surveillance on the compound, but the sheriff says neither the missing boy nor his father, Suraj Wahaj, could be identified from the photographs. All 5 adults found on the compound are now facing charges of child abuse, and the 11 starving children found there last week are now in state custody. After interviewing the adults over the weekend, the sheriff's department had enough information to go back to the compound on Monday for another search. Waiting for the results of the autopsy, authorities on Tuesday could not say for certain that the remains found on the compound were those of Abdul Ghani Wahaj, the boy from Georgia who was reported missing last December. He would have been 4 years old on Monday, the day the body was found. Suraj Wahaj is the son of a controversial religious leader in New York by the same name. A spokesman for Imam Suraj Wahaj said Tuesday that he was devastated that the remains found in New Mexico could possibly be those of his grandson. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
A new study tracked the costs of natural disasters and which states have paid the most the past 10 years. Whether it's a hurricane like in Florida or wildfires in the Northwest, natural disasters have a huge impact on lives and government budgets. A group called Move.org studied how much money each state spends on property damage from natural disasters in the past 10 years. Hit the hardest, Texas, $53 billion. Top 5, Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, and Missouri. Mote Marine Laboratory is finding new ways to monitor red tide using your cell phone. Yeah, researchers have launched an app that allows you to mark areas where you are experiencing the effects of red tide. The new app is called Citizen Science Information Collaboration. It lets beachgoers mark the spot where they see dead fish or may be having respiratory irritation.
It's a way to help fill the gaps between the information that scientists collect and our beach conditions reporting system.
Researchers have also partnered with NOAA to train citizen scientists to use a cell phone microscope. They'll get a sample of the water, then upload a 30-second video of it on an app, which will calculate the concentration of red tide. Now, you don't dip the phone in the water, okay?
Oh, okay. Thanks for clarifying.
ABC 7 is extensively covering the red tide bloom. Log on to mysuncoast.com/red tide to see all of our coverage. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
A family in Northport is extra thankful this morning after running into a rattlesnake way too close to home, literally. We'll have a look at where they found it when we come back.
How fast would you run?
Real fast.
There's the Ringling Causeway as you awaken on this Wednesday morning. Pretty shut there, pretty quiet. One car returning from St. Armand Circle. Let's wipe now to Manatee County. Here is the scene in the downtown area. I think Russ is at the school board right now. What do you think?
I'm going to say School Board of Manatee County.
I think and they need bus drivers there, I understand.
Yes, they do. Hey, the first day of school is August 13th.
All the information you need right here, plus the weather. Here's Josh Stone.
That's right. Comfortable conditions on this Wednesday morning, 76, clear skies. And around the Suncoast, mid-70s. Our radar remains quiet, but you know what? There's a couple of strong tropical systems out there, and we're going to talk about that when I come back. Stay with us.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's at FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Good morning to you. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi. It is Wednesday, hump day. We're almost to Friday, just have 2 more days to go, and then we can celebrate. As far as our radar goes, a few showers out here in the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico, but they're well offshore, and for the Suncoast, everything looks pretty dry right now. But later on this afternoon, with the heating of the day, we'll get another round of showers and storms that start to fire up. Yesterday afternoon and early yesterday evening, we did have some storms that produced about 2 inches of rainfall in eastern Charlotte County, and also a half-inch of rainfall around northern Anna Maria Island, and in between Punta Gorda and Northport, almost a half-inch there. So spotty areas yesterday of some heavier rainfall amounts. And we could get that today as well. Some of these afternoon storms could produce localized heavy rain, gusty winds, and some lightning strikes, so we'll have to watch out for that. But I don't think the coverage is going to be as great today. 76 for our current temperature right now, humidity at 97%, not much of an easterly wind. We have a little dry air on top of the peninsula. We've had this kind of hanging around for the last few days, but not as prevalent right now. And what we have is a transition taking place. Had an area of high pressure to the northeast of Florida over the last few days. That's now slipping further to the south. And with that return flow around it, instead of coming in from the northeast and the east, will eventually come in from the southeast. And as it continues to fall further to the south, this area of high pressure, the winds around it will be coming in from the southwest and west. That's going to really happen over the weekend. So instead of having these afternoon storms fire up along the coast and then track offshore, over the weekend we'll have a few showers that develop along the shoreline in the morning hours, and then heavier storms will start to develop in the afternoon inland and then push further to the east. So you can see what's happening. Our future cast, we have that south easterly wind, some of the heavier storms fire up and then get pushed offshore this afternoon. And then, like I said, over the weekend, a little bit change happens. The wind shifts from coming in from the southwest and the west, and those storms will be pushed eastward as we go through the day. Looking at the tropics, subtropical storm Debbie has now been upgraded to a tropical storm. Actually has the characteristics of tropical activity here. And it is moving towards the north and northeast in the northern Atlantic over cooler waters. So it really isn't anticipated to do much as it stays away from land. That's good news. On the Pacific side, though, we have a hurricane. This is Category 2 John and Tropical Storm Christy. But the big story is Hector. Hector is a major hurricane that's tracking to the south of Hawaii. And that storm looks to bring some very heavy surf to the big island of Hawaii, but I'm sure the surfers will be happy about that. No hurricanes in our forecast, thank goodness, but for the boaters today, expect a south wind at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop in the bay. Our high today will top out around 91 degrees. That's going to be the current trend as we go through the next couple of days, low 90s. We're in a transition period over tomorrow and Friday, so not much rainfall around the Suncoast. That changes though Saturday and Sunday. Remember, we'll have more of a southwesterly, westerly wind, scattered showers in the morning, and then big storms will start to fire up in the inland areas and then push eastward away from the coast. And then the back to school forecast, again, we'll have some storms fire up inland and then push eastward in the afternoon. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Josh. Take a look outside and check the traffic. We do have an accident to tell you about right there, as you can see in Manatee County. I-75 in the northbound lane, there's an accident that's right after exit 224, which is 301. Again, I-75, there's an accident in the northbound lane right after exit 224, which is the 301 exit. In Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad at this hour. Just a couple delays right there, but pretty typical for Fruitville and Bee Ridge Road, as you can see. If you're headed southbound, 75 and 41 is running pretty clear. The farther south that you go, no real problems or delays in that area. It is 6:17, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, get this, one Northport family feeling lucky this morning after a close encounter with a highly venomous snake. Animal Services were called in to remove an eastern diamondback rattlesnake from the garage at the home of the Clune family in Northport. Now, Tara, she spotted this deadly reptile as she was walking through the garage on her way to work in the early morning hours. Now, the snake was removed and released right back out into the wild.
I was in disbelief. I mean, I could feel my heart like pounding out of my chest because I was like, oh my gosh, it's a rattlesnake. Like, I could have died. I walked right by it. Like, I was like this close to it.
And a reminder, there are plenty of venomous snakes here on the Suncoast. If you do spot one in your home or your backyard, stay back. Immediately call Animal Services or contact Florida Fish and Wildlife.
I'm not tempted one bit to stop down and pick the thing up.
No part of me is playing crocodile hunter. I will leave that snake alone.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Can you imagine finding out that you don't actually own your pet and it could even be repossessed? We will explain, but first.
It is 6:19 right now. Here's a peek outside our window, waiting for dawn to break here on the Suncoast. Should see a high of 92 degrees today. More news on the way on Good Morning Suncoast.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
The day you lose your strength is the day you lose your independence. Muscle is lost with age, affecting your energy, balance, and mobility. Before you know it, you're depending on others just to get through the day. But you can reverse and prevent muscle loss. Introducing MyoHealth, a revolutionary proven approach to increased muscle strength and function in as little as 30 days. Live life on your terms with more energy and confidence.
After a serious health issue put me down, MyoHealth's getting me back up again.
I'm doing activities that I haven't done for a long time. It really works.
MyoHealth is a safe, natural dietary supplement, the result of decades of research and 24 human clinical studies. You can live stronger at any age with greater strength, mobility, balance, and energy. Call or go online now and take the MyoHealth 30-Day Strength Challenge.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
151 feet tall, 3 million visitors a year. Thank you, France. Came here in 1886. Do you know that in 1986, I lived nearby there, and they had a huge centennial celebration, but I had to work the next morning at 4 a.m. to be on the radio.
You just stayed up all night?
I didn't go to the centennial celebration in 1986,
No.
and I regret it to this day.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Ray Collins.
Didn't want to lack for sleep. 6:22 right now. On to some consumer news this morning. Whole Foods will experiment with groceries delivered to your car at the curb. The chain is launching curbside pickup for grocery store orders this week in 2 cities and plan to expand it later on this year. Amazon Prime members will be able to order their groceries online and then come by and have them dropped in your car outside the store.
A family on New York's Long Island is finding out the hard way that they don't actually own their beloved golden retriever, and the pet could actually be repossessed. How does this happen?
ABC's Eva Pilgrim has our story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, some pet stores and breeders are offering a new option in states like New York that allow you to take your pet home right away with a lease. And that's what Danielle Cittadino did when she got her golden retriever Max at the pet store. This is a document she signed which states the terms of the lease. She acknowledges she didn't read closely at the time.
I was told I was financing. There was no mention of a lease. Although the top of the paperwork does say, this is important information about your lease.
The Federal Trade Commission issued a warning last month spelling out what's required of sellers using lease agreements for pets. Several states have already banned pet leasing. In New York, where Danielle lives, state lawmakers passed a ban on puppy leasing amid a rise in complaints. And coming up at 7 o'clock, more on what every pet lover needs to know about pet leasing. with your GMA First Look. I'm Kendall Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Allergies with sinus congestion and pressure? You won't find relief here. Go to the pharmacy counter for powerful Claritin D. While the leading allergy spray relieves 6 symptoms, Claritin D relieves 8, including sinus congestion and pressure. Claritin D relieves more.
No matter how much you clean, does your house still smell stuffy? That's because your home is filled with soft surfaces that trap odors and release them back into the room. So try Febreze Fabric Refresher. Febreze finds odors trapped in fabrics and cleans them away as it dries. Use Febreze every time you tidy up to keep your whole house smelling fresh air clean. Fabric Refresher even works for clothes you want to wear another day. Make Febreze part of your clean routine for whole home freshness.
I found out the hard way. Not all washes take care of intimate odor. Now I know better.
Vagisil Odor Block Wash helps stop odor before it starts for 24 hours of odor protection. So get more from your wash. Get all-day freshness. Vagisil.
Hi, I'm Chef Tom, and this is Chef Alan from Aprons Cooking School. What do we got today, Chef Alan?
Well, today, Tom, we're going to do a chili steak. It's got a beautiful marinade, a little lime juice, a little honey, a little mint, a little cilantro, and it is accompanied by a cucumber melon salad. Wow. You can use any kind of melon you want. Today we decided to use cantaloupes. So let's get started on the marinade, Tom. So the first thing we do, we get some fresh lime juice here. We've got some chili paste here. It's garlic chili paste, Tom. This isn't the chili paste, it's like the sweet one that you guys use a lot of. So we're going to put that in there. We also got some orange blossom honey, and we love orange blossom honey up here, Tom. Absolutely delicious. We got a little fresh mint, and we've got a little fresh cilantro. And if you know me,
how do you feel about cilantro?
I am not a cilantro fan at all, but you know what? It makes the dish taste great. Sure. We're using something called a ball whip here, and this whip works really great because none of the herbs get caught in there, and that's what we're trying to do. We don't want the herbs caught inside of it. We want the herbs in the marinade itself. So just let that sit there. Today we're using flank steak, Tom. I think that you can use just about any steak that you want for grilling. You can use a New York strip, you can use porterhouses, whatever you want. So we're going to put this steak right in the marinade, and we let that steak sit in there. I like to let my steak sit in there almost 24 hours. This marinade won't cook it, Tom, which is good. Some marinades, if you add soy sauce to it or things like that, or even a lot more citrus acid to it, it'll cook that steak. So we're not going to worry about that.
How long's the minimum you should cook it for?
I think,
or you should marinate it for?
I think marinating it, I think probably no less than 3 or 4 hours because it's a dense protein, and you want that marinade to get into the protein. Go ahead. All right.
Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by our Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk. Pick up a recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling the delicious dish.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They trained part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
But you can't learn if you're afraid.
Our special team coverage on Back to School Week continues today. The focus is on school safety.
It's not just pens and pencils and notebooks. Some local mental health counselors say parents also need to help kids with an emotional backpack as well.
In an Ohio congressional election yesterday that could be a barometer for this fall's midterm elections. We'll have the latest on a race in Ohio that is still too close to call. Those stories and our Wednesday forecast. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. And good morning to you. It is 6:30 on this Wednesday morning. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. August the 8th. John Scalzi continues his vacation. Josh Stone is here in his place. Good morning, Josh.
All right, Ray and Stephanie, temperatures outside are very comfortable, mid to upper 70s. Not much clouds to talk about, except there'll be a little more cloud cover later on this afternoon. Radar is quiet now, but as we go through the day, the heating of the day will produce some clouds, and then we'll have some showers and storms that get going and be pushed close to the coast. As far as our highs go today, we're going to be warm once again, topping out in the low 90s with a heat index value about 100 degrees. I'll have more in your forecast, and of course have the latest on the tropics when I return.
He said 100 degrees.
I think so too.
Issue there in I-75 northbound, just after you get past the Ellington Outlet Mall area. A problem in the northbound lanes. Beware of that. No congestion there quite yet, though. Otherwise, the usual delays on 301, particularly northbound, as you approach State Road 70. Farther south now, here's the northern half of Sarasota County. The only delay we might see there is on 301 southbound between University and Fruitville around the Newtown area. And then our final map to the south, we'll check that and find out that 41 southbound is the only issue between the 681 connector and Nokomis.
Well, all this week it is our special back to school team coverage, and today we're focusing on school safety. Students and teachers at Sarasota High School may feel a little safer on campus this year, knowing that a road that goes right through the campus will be shut down during those school hours.
But not everyone likes that street closing down. Our Jackie Kelly has a story live now from School Avenue. Jackie?
Well, good morning, guys. That's right. I'm here on School Avenue, and like you said, it runs right through Sarasota High School's campus. And now it is still kind of dark out right now, but you can see that there is a sidewalk behind me that allows pedestrians to just walk through the campus even if the gates are closed. But the district tells me that by next week, this access is going to be completely gone. Now, the district says while recent school tragedies may have played into these changes, this is something that people have been wanting to change for a long time. Now, the only way someone can get into the school is through the main administrative office. The road is also now closed to cars from 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. The district said while they are proud of these changes, they are still trying for complete closure of School Avenue.
So that our campus is completely secured and ensures that our students always have the safety and security that they need so that education can come first, but you can't learn if you're afraid.
I lost Jackie Kelly there. Now, as you continue to pack pens and pencils and notebooks in the backpacks this year, parents also need to help kids deal with other things like peer pressure and cliques and other adversities. Two local certified counselors say parents need to help kids with an emotional backpack. It's filled with solutions to challenges that students face. The Spencers say it's essential that moms and dads equip their kids with all the tools, both tangible and emotional.
Parents are often thinking about loading up the backpack with all the items you need, books, notebooks, pencils, erasers, all those physical things, but we think it's important to have emotional things in the backpack.
So we suggest problem-solving skills, role play at the kitchen table to help difficult situations, reframing those thoughts that challenge us.
For the complete list of 5 tips for parents to help kids with that emotional backpack, go to the story on our website at mysuncoast.com.
School resource officers, that is a topic for Sarasota County School Board members as they meet one last time before school starts. Now, they were approved by the school board and will be officially sworn in today. If you'd like to attend the meeting and the ceremony, it's at the school board chambers in the Landings at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And for the latest on all things back to school, breaking news, plus your up-to-the-minute first alert forecast, just download our free ABC 7 app.
Now, some breaking news overnight. A congressional race in Columbus, Ohio is still too close to call. Some say this race is a good barometer for the midterm elections this fall. ABC's Mary Alice Parks has the latest.
Overnight, just 3 months before the midterm elections in November, a major political matchup coming down to the final few votes. President Trump tweeting that his visit to Ohio's 12th congressional district was enough to help Republican Troy Balderson eke out a win in this special election. Balderson thanked the president in his speech.
Over the next 3 months, I'm going to do everything I can to keep America great again.
But late into the night, the race still too close to call. So many provisional ballots remain uncounted, the race could end up in a recount. The nail-biter letting both sides claim a victory of sorts. The Democrat Danny O'Connor did make up huge ground in this area that had been a Republican stronghold for decades. The last Republican member of Congress won this Ohio district by over 30 points in 2016. President Trump won by double digits, too. The state's Republican Governor John Kasich summarized the race on ABC's This Week over the weekend.
It's really kind of shocking because this should be just a slam dunk, and it's not.
Another race the president thought he would be able to put away cleanly, the Republican gubernatorial primary in Kansas. The president's pick, Chris Kobach, there, still in a dead heat overnight with the incumbent Republican governor. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, New York.
Well, back here on the Suncoast, the chair of the Manatee County School Board is now explaining just why one of the top administrators with the school district is under investigation. The Deputy Superintendent of Business Services and Operations, Ron Serrana, was placed on administrative leave. Now, School Board Chair Scott Hope says the district has some concerns about some payments made that may not have gone through the proper authorization.
You know, we have over an $820 million a year budget, and we need to ensure that we have checks and balances in place.
Now, Serrana joined the district just 2 years ago.
An update now on the contract of Sarasota County's school superintendent. The board voted last night unanimously to delay a decision on Todd Bowden's contract. A few weeks ago, the school board approved a better deal with more money and removed a clause that said he could be fired without cause.
Want to fly from Tampa to LA nonstop? Well, you now have another option, this time on Southwest Airlines. The LAX route expands the airline service from Tampa to the West Coast. Now, that route is going to be flying once a day between the two cities. And get this, if you book your trip on the right day, you can actually get a round-trip ticket for less than $350. Southwest now joins Delta and Spirit existing service to LA. In this hour's House Smart, why are we hearing so much about salmonella this summer? From McDonald's salads to Ritz crackers, even Kellogg's Honey Smacks cereal.
Reporter James Rowbottom has 4 simple steps to help you and your family stay safe.
First up, clean. Wash your hands and kitchen surfaces with warm, soapy water for 20 seconds before and after handling food.
Make sure that you are cleaning or switching knives or cutting boards in between handling raw meat and raw produce.
Do not wash raw meats before cooking or you risk spreading the germs. Separate.
From the time you pick up your food at the market, you'll want to keep it separated.
Keep the separation going when you store your food in the fridge and freezer. Cook. Use a food thermometer to make sure everything is properly cooked.
You want to reach a safe internal temperature of chicken or red meat to make sure that you're killing any bacteria that might be present there.
Finally, chill.
So you want to make sure that your refrigerator is at 40 degrees or below for storing those foods.
The CDC recommends putting food away within 2 hours or toss it. For today's Health Minute, I'm James Rowbottom.
Well, back here on the Suncoast, the All Faiths Food Bank has a new tool to fight hunger. This new refrigerated truck that they have is going to be used to pick up and deliver fresh and frozen foods to neighbors in need throughout Sarasota and DeSoto counties. The first deliveries begin tomorrow. And don't forget, ABC7 has teamed up with the All Faiths Food Bank and the Food Bank of Manatee County to help families in need. Now, if you want to help or you know someone who needs some help, just head online to mysuncoast.com/hunger. Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast.
It is day 3 of testimony for the Rick Gates testimony in the Manafort trial. We'll take a look at the brutal cross-examination when we come back. But first, this is a look outside at the downtown skyline. That's the Renaissance and Alinari condos. Ritz-Carlton there on the left. Sarasota Bay in the distance. Pretty shot there. As we wipe from our level of paradise to the U.S. Capitol. There it is, just like that.
Nice shot out there this morning. Really appreciate those.
I love that picture of the rotunda.
Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. And back over to Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi this week.
All right, thanks to high pressure, we're going to have a beautiful sunrise this morning, and it's going to be another warm one. Temperatures climbing into the upper 80s, low 90s around the Suncoast. We could also have some shower activity and storms later on this afternoon. Speaking of storms, there's a few things to talk about in the tropics, and I'll break that down for you and show you what's going on in just a few minutes from now. Stay with us.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment, and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
All children deserve a shot at success, and it starts with having all of the necessary school supplies. ABC7 is partnering with Gettle SOS Support Our Students to make sure Suncoast kids have everything they need to succeed. Go to Gettle.com for drop-off locations and to see other ways you can help out. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Okay, welcome back and good Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Doon in for John Scalzi today. The radar is quiet, nothing to show you here up and down the Suncoast. This changes though this afternoon with a few showers and storms that will get going. But you know what? Yesterday we had those afternoon storms, and some of these storms in eastern Charlotte County produced around 2 inches of rainfall. And over here, just to the northern end of Anna Maria Island, about a ½ inch of rain, some spots there, and in between Northport and Punta Gorda, just about a ½ inch of rainfall. So we had some areas of heavy rain, some gusty winds, and some lightning strikes yesterday. Looks like we could repeat that today, but I don't think it's going to be as widespread along the Suncoast as what we saw yesterday. 76 degrees, our current temperature, so comfortable conditions. We're seeing a beautiful sunrise on this Wednesday morning and an easterly wind only 3 miles per hour. And that's about it. We do have dry air that's kind of draped over the peninsula. Was more prevalent over the last few days, and that has limited the widespread shower activity. Now it's starting to fade away, and there's an area of high pressure to the northeast of Florida that's been bringing that northeast easterly wind, but this area of high pressure is slipping southward. And the more it slips southward, that return flow around it is not going to come in from the northeast and the east. It's going to come in from the southeast and then eventually the southwest and then the west. And that's what's going to change our weather as we get into the weekend. So instead of these storms that will fire up inland and then be pushed westward by those upper level easterly winds, over the weekend, when we have those southwesterly westerly winds, remember 2 weeks ago we started off the day with showers in the morning, and then with the heating of the day, the sea breeze convergence actually took place further inland. Storms blew up inland and then they were pushed eastward. Well, that's what's going to happen over the weekend and into early next week. But for today, our futurecast has those southeasterly winds taking place, so you can see the general flow of these storms that do fire up will be pushed towards the coast later on this afternoon. Now, speaking of storms, there's some activity out here in the tropics. We did have a subtropical storm, Debbie, yesterday. Subtropical meaning under tropical characteristics. Today, it's a tropical storm. That's right. National Hurricane Center upgraded Debbie to a full-fledged tropical storm, has sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. Where is Debbie going? It's in the northern Atlantic right now, so over, for the most part, cooler waters, and it will continue tracking towards the north and northeast. And as you can see, it just kind of fades away. So other than shipping interest, it's not going to affect land. Now, in the Pacific, we have a different storm. This is Hurricane Hector, and it's a major hurricane with sustained winds of 125 miles per hour. It is tracking towards the west, and it's going to track just to the south of Hawaii. Now, this is going to bring some gusty winds, even some heavy rainfall in some locations around the Hawaiian Islands, but also the big story will be the surf, and I'm sure the surfers will love this forecast, but it is going to be pretty dangerous with these strong winds producing big waves coming towards the shoreline in Hawaii. It's not affecting us, just out of interest, and that's what's happening in the tropics. All right, for the boaters, expect a south wind at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet just offshore with a light chop in the bays. Our high today will top out at 91, mostly sunny, becoming partly cloudy in the afternoon. Then those showers and storms will get going later on this afternoon. All right, breaking down the forecast, next couple of days, rain chance kind of goes down because we'll be in a transition, and then over the weekend into early next week, of course, Monday is back to school day. Again, we'll have those showers in the morning, kind of light, and then more showers and heavier storms will develop inland and then track eastward thanks to the upper level winds moving from west to east. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Let's take a look outside and check on that first alert traffic. We do have that spot in Manatee County that we've been following for you this morning. I-75 northbound. There's an accident in the northbound lane right after exit 224, which is the 301 exit. In Sarasota County, those roads are not running too bad just yet. They're smooth for the most part. Just some of the usual hot spots. University Parkway, Fruitville, and Bee Ridge all get a little bit more busy, or get a little busier after you come off of 75. And then if you're headed southbound toward the Port Charlotte or Naples area, 75 and 41 are both running pretty smooth at this hour. It is 6:48, and that is your first alert traffic.
Back to the news now. Paul Manafort's former business partner underwent hours of cross-examination during an intense battle for credibility yesterday. Rick Gates is the main witness in the government's case against Manafort, President Trump's former campaign chairman, who was charged with bank and tax fraud. Gates will take the stand again today. Manafort has pleaded guilty to all charges.
Hate those doctor office visits? Well, here is one new option. CVS is launching a digital doctor service. It's going to be added to their smartphone app. It's going to help you get a diagnosis on simple things like the flu or maybe some skin issues right from the comfort of your couch. The company plans to roll it out across the country by the end of the year.
You know, I just said he pled guilty to all counts. He pled not guilty.
He pled not guilty.
Big difference. Need to correct that one right away. Sorry about that one, folks. 6:49 right now. We'll check the top 7 headlines before 7 a.m.
And that, of course, includes one last look at your Wednesday forecast, plus a new ride that will turn you into a human slingshot. Wait till you see this, folks. It's a doozy.
Where do I sign up for that?
Birthday present.
All right, let's get some live shots on the screen right now. First off, we've got for you New York City. It's like a postcard out there.
Every time we take this shot is absolutely beautiful there. Gorgeous. You are watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a ride-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
The Players Center invites you to explore the family dynamic in the classic story of On Golden Pond. The Tony Award-winning play opening August 9th is funny, thoughtful, and brutally honest. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. On Golden Pond is calling you.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing DermaSuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. DermaSuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as DermaSuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the DermaSuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all this stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your DermaSuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body probes, the Sonic Microdermabrasion probe, and the handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-213-9301. That's 1-800-213-9301. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-213-9301 now.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Coming up later this morning on Good Morning America, TV legend Kelsey Grammer. He's going to be live in Times Square to explain why shooting his new movie was kind of like a vacation. It is 6:53, and here's your top 7 before 7.
First off, Josh Stone's first alert weather forecast.
All right, Ray and Stephanie, temperatures are beautiful outside right now. Mid to upper 70s at this hour. The radar remains quiet. Not much to show you here, but later on this afternoon, expect a few showers and storms to get going. And highs today topping out in the low 90s, but the feel-like temperature this afternoon will be close to 100 degrees. Let's go to number 2.
Thank you, Josh. Number 2 is first alert traffic. The only alert right now is a car accident on northbound 75 in Ellington, just after the exit there for the outlet mall. Doesn't look like any congestion has since built up, but be careful as you head out the door this morning.
Number 3 in today's back-to-school team coverage, the focus was on school security, from shutting down the road that runs right through the Sarasota High School campus during school hours to districts having zero tolerance for any social media threats during the school year.
Number 4 now. Soon, Amazon Prime members will be able to order Whole Foods groceries online, drive to the store, and have them placed in your car. The project is now in 2 test markets and will go nationwide later on this year.
Number 5, this morning, the results are still too close to call in that special congressional election in Ohio, one that could be a barometer for those November midterm elections.
Number 6, tragic news from New Mexico in that compound where 11 starving children and 3 women were rescued last week. This morning, we've learned the remains of a child have been found. No word yet if that is the 3-year-old who was missing.
And number 7, what is trending? Pretty sure I just found Ray's next birthday present. Check this out. A new attraction in New Zealand literally makes you a human slingshot. It's called the Nevis Catapult. First, it takes you up about 500 feet. Then it shoots you straight out where you hit speeds of about 62 miles an hour in like 2 seconds. The whole ride lasts for about 3 minutes. Would you do it?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you're all strapped into everything. You just go really fast.
Things I would have done 30 years ago that I wouldn't do anymore. Would you do it?
Yes. See, Ray, those are the kind of things that keep you young.
Oh, thanks for the tips.
How about you?
I did.
See, keep you young.
I did parasailing on a spring break in Mazatlan, Mexico once. I think I still have the rope burns. I was hanging on so tightly.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be Superman when I was a little kid. Forget
well,
that.
Well, that's what you need to do. You need to do this human slingshot ride.
Really?
You can be Superman for like 3 minutes.
What about Nick Walenda? You know, I guess that's kind of the view, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like looking down, bird's eye view of everything.
In a way. Well, apparently I'm the bravest one on this set today.
I guess so.
I'll do it. I'll let you know how it turns out for me.
It's
gonna work out well.
I'll make some popcorn and watch that one.
All right.
Thanks for watching, folks. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.